Hello everyone. In today's Computer Networks Lab program, we will discuss the last program of our NS2 program list, that is part A. So today we'll be discussing program 6. Program 6 is to implement and study the performance of CDMA on NS2 or NS3 using stack called CallNet or equivalent environment. So here previous program 5 we discussed about GSM implementation, right? Here it is CDMA. And one more good news is if you just learn one program 5, program 6 is everything is same, only thing is you have to just replace GSM with CDMA and then you have to vary a little bit of bandwidth and then propagation delay. Okay. I'll just tell that while explaining the code. Let's see what is CDMA. CDMA is nothing but code division multiple access, right? And it's a channel access method used by various radio communication technologies. So CDMA is an example of multiple access, right? And where several transmitters can send information simultaneously over a single communication channel, right? So in GSM we actually discussed about 2G, right? We discussed about 2G technology in program 5. So here we are actually discussing about WCDMA. So what is this WCDMA? WCDMA stands for wideband code division multiple access. So this WCDMA is actually 3G, okay? So it actually works on 3G technology, okay? It is actually a 3G standards. So we'll just see the graph, okay, how exactly it comes. This is how you can see the graph of this particular program. This is how the output would be. Again, it is same. On x-axis it is time, on y-axis it is packets, right? And here when compared to program 5 or 2G, here in 3G actually the gap is less, right? And there are continuous packets as well as the acknowledgement. Red ones are packets and blue ones are acknowledgements. You can see the continuity here. There are very less packet drops, like you can see here, right? Whereas in 2G, do you remember the gap was more? I'll just show that program 5 output. See here, in 2G, whenever we implemented GSM in program 5, the gap was more. Do you remember the graph? See, this was the one. So the gap was more. That means so many. This gap represents so many packet loss, and acknowledgement were also not there, right? Whereas here you can observe very little gap is there and very few packet loss, and most of the time it is continuous transmission, right? So this is the only difference in the output. After comparing both the graphs, now we know the CDMA or 3G graph has better performance. But what is the reason behind it? The reason is in CDMA or 3G we have higher bandwidth compared to 2G or GSM. Okay, we have higher bandwidth in 3G and also lower propagation delay. So because of we have higher bandwidth as well as lower propagation in 3G or CDMA compared to 2G or GSM, we see the improved performance in the output. Okay, so now we will see the code. Here I have both program 6 as well as program 5. This is my program 6. Okay, you can see that, right? In this tab, this is my program 6. So here I'll just let you know everything is same except few things. See here in program 5 I have GSM in this line, set type as GSM, whereas in program 6 I am setting it as UMTS. So wherever I have GSM, I have just replaced everything with the UMTS. So here set this bandwidth, right? And then bandwidth and propagation delay, I'm setting it for GSM, and here I'm setting it for UMTS. And one more key thing here is, see in 3G bandwidth is more when compared to GSM. See I have a bigger value for this bandwidth, downlink bandwidth compared to GSM. Right, in program 6 I have bigger value for bandwidth. When bandwidth is more, the propagation delay also becomes less. So when this one increases and this decreases. See here I only have 0.150, whereas in program 5 for GSM I had 0.500. So this one is actual propagation delay decreases in CDMA and bandwidth increases. Okay, so I've replaced all GSM with UMTS. Okay, and then I have increased the bandwidth and I have decreased the propagation delay. Okay, so where else the code is actually changing? So just to handle the increased bandwidth and lower propagation delay, I am increasing the queue size as well. Here it is 20, whereas in program 5 I had only 10. Right, queue limit was 10, whereas here I have 20 in program 6. Okay, and next here, so here also switch type I have UMTS cell type O. So here again GSM was there, I have replaced it with UMTS. So yeah, here I had GSM, right? So I had GSM here and I am replacing that with cell type O. Clear, rest all everything is same. Even this program also comes with Gs to get RC and then raw to XG, these file path, everything is same as I have explained in program 5. So for line by line code explanation, please refer to program 5 code explanation. Everything is same except for these few points that I have highlighted just now. So we have seen the code. Let us see how to execute the program. I have already saved the program in my Ubuntu. Okay, I have logged into Ubuntu and let me start executing the same. I have already saved the code, so let me just directly execute it. Open terminal and then write ns program name.tcl. Just enter and then you get the output here. So I have already explained how to analyze this graph. And one more thing is, like, be careful that these paths are matching with your system. Like I've already explained in program 5 on how to take this path from, where to take this path from. Just refer program 5 explanation. So yeah, that's all about program 6. Thank you.